more relays later on this evening. The unseeded sections coming up after the 4x2s. But before any of that gets underway, we've got our championship girls seeded 4x1 mile. Occupying hip 12, it's going to be the quartet from the Tub Gator team. Last year's winners were the Carolina Cavaliers. Meet record 19:22.70 courtesy of them. But here in 2025, again, we are starting hip 12 with the Tub Gators. Wearing hip number 11 is going to be Clarksville Track Club with the two Vermonti sisters. Last year's champions, the Carolina Cavaliers, will wear hip number 10. Josie Schill will anchor them. She was part of that national record-setting team last year. Wearing hip number 9, it's going to be Purple Track Club. Wearing hip number 8, it is Cow Harbor Track Club. They will be anchored by Tucker. Wearing hip 7, it is the Mounties. Another set of sisters there with the scooters. We've seen them in action lots this weekend. Wearing hip number 6 is going to be Del Mar Track Club. Wearing hip number 5, it is Runners High in that very distinctive yellow kit. Wearing hip number 4, just outside Nashville, Tennessee, it is Brentwood Track Club. Vanavac sisters in fine form for that team. Wearing hip number 3, it's going to be Bridgeland Track and Field and Cross Country. Wearing hip number 2, Raleigh Catholic. And wearing hip number 1 in that pink head to toe is Vista Nation Track Club from Mountain Vista High School in Colorado. Keegan Edwards set to anchor that quartet here in the 4x1 mile championship relay. Again, 19:22, the meet record, the national record, the winning time last year, courtesy of Cuthbertson High School, also known as the Carolina Cavaliers, out of Waxhaw, North Carolina rather. And the pace lights here are going to be set to 1940 tempo. We're underway with our fastest and seeded section of the championship girls 4x1 mile relay. And that is Raleigh Catholic, happy to take things out early on. So the team from Cardinal Gibbons out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And just to their outside is the team wearing number 1, Vista Nation, and that is set to be Adams from Vista Nation and Hannah Ray Schaefer for Raleigh Catholic. Also in the mix there, wearing hip number 12, is Tub Gators. So about 78 seconds for that opening 400. And that's Maggie Whittam leading out the Raleigh quartet. She's a junior, and she's got a 5:07.96 mile to her name this year. She ran that at the JDL Last Chance Invitational in North Carolina, just outside Wake Forest. And she is tucked right in the inside there, happy to run the shortest distance around the track, sitting in third right now. That's Brentwood Track Club. And then Runners High sits in fourth at the moment. That's Rabovsky for Runners High, taking things out. So they come up on the halfway mark here of this opening leg in about 2:35. So that's good running again for Whittam in particular, who has a 5:07 best to her name, and now a lead change as Vista Nation Track Club moves themselves into the front. And yet another change as Brentwood now decides they want to control this race from the front. They've fallen off of those pace lights. Again, those lights set at 1940. Coming up with 3 laps to go here. And this is one of the Banovac sisters. All of the Banovacs, very strong competitors. The trio of Anna, Lauren, and Leah. It is Lauren and Leah set to be legs 1 and 2 for the team out of Nashville, Tennessee. But now with 2 laps remaining, a bit of distance being created by Vista Nation. They do come in as the top-ranked team in the country. And a big push now down the backstretch with about 300 meters remaining. And that is the Mounties for the first time making themselves known. So with 1 lap to go, it is the Mounties in hot pursuit of our leaders out of Mountain Vista High School. Mounties working hard to try to get back into the front position. That was a just under sub 5 clocking, 4:59 for that opening leg for both of our top runners. And now Peyton Adams will take over control for Vista Nation. Peyton Adams headed to the University of California, Davis in the fall. But there are 5 teams in contest here. I believe that's one of the Scooter sisters for the Mounties. So again, the pace has slowed a bit here as these athletes hit 6 laps to go. We've got 5 runners and then a following 2 who are hot on their heels. Again, it was just under 5 minutes, a 4:59 opening split for Vista Nation and the Mounties, who had quite a bit of separation over the rest of the pack, but now everything has bunched back up, and there are 7 teams easily in contention for this win. Mounties now falling back a bit as Vista Nation continues to lead happily around this circuit. It is Raleigh Catholic with West running their second leg. So that's Lucia West, now moving back into 4th as they hit the halfway mark, and they're going to be about 2:37. As for the first time, we're going to see Purple Track Club put themselves up in 2nd position, and things are starting to rock and roll here. Vista Nation clearly happy to take care of all of the pace-setting duties up front. They have led most of every step of both the first and second legs. So Peyton Adams, with 3 laps to go, doing the hard work up front. She's run 4:52.27 for 1,600 meters. That was back in 2023. She's got a 4:53.61 from last year. And they will have 400 meters remaining. That's Natasha Dudek for Purple Track Club, working hard to keep up to our leader. So Natasha Dudek, just a freshman, and mixing it up here with 1 lap to go. They're 4:29 on the clock for this split. So it's Dudek and Adams, and then Hayes for Brentwood has dropped back. Just as we saw with the first leg, it's a great battle here as they approach the handoff. It's going to be another right around 5-minute clocking. 5:02 flat for both of our second leg runners there, and it remains Purple versus Vista. These two running neck and neck. Purple Track Club running the longer leg on the outside there. That's Clemmer for them. Purple Track Club hails from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And that, I believe, is Sienna Clemmer running for them as she makes her way through the 400-meter mark in about 1:17. So very consistent running from what we've seen with the other teams, or the other legs, rather. So it continues to be Clemmer chasing Brenna Jord for Vista Nation. Brenna Jord coming off a 5th place finish in the girls 5,000 meter championship 2 nights ago, running a very strong 17:32. And Jord now showing her strength as she puts a little gap of distance back to Clemmer. Vista Nation has really enjoyed being the leaders throughout the entirety of this race. Anytime they've had any contest, they've just reasserted themselves back at the front of the pack, and that's what you're seeing here. But now a move on the outside, and this is the Carolina Cavaliers, last year's winners. This has been a really strong run for their 3rd leg. This group is going to hit the halfway mark in about 2:35, so again, really consistent running. That is Taft for the Cavaliers. Cecilia Taft, she's a sophomore for the Cavaliers, and she is back on, just about on the heels of our leader, who continues to be Vista Nation. Again, a very brave run by Taft here. She's got a 5:20.08 1600 best to her name from this indoor season. It's also a 5:11.72 miler from last year's outdoor season. But like I said, anytime that Brenna Jord feels some pressure, she increases that tempo and shakes off the threat. She's got 2.5 laps remaining now. So 2 laps remain now for our ever-present leader, Brenna Jord. And Jord, with no threat, running all by herself, keeps picking it up. She's going to come up on her final lap here. So Brenna Jord will hit the bell at 4:35 unofficially. Big push again now by the Mounties behind. That's been a really good run by the Mounties as they sit in second in that pink kit, and just off of right of screen there, wearing hip number 4, is Brentwood Track Club out of Tennessee. A really stellar solo performance here by Brenna Jord, and she's going to hand off, meant to hand off at least, to Keegan Edwards. So it was a 5:10 3rd leg for Vista Nation, and Keegan Edwards, headed to University of Florida in the fall, is off like a rocket. So too the Mounties. And Keegan Edwards on a mission for 46.63, her mile best, and that was set outdoors last year. So a swift opening lap there for our leader, Vista Nation. And chasing well, I believe that's Eggers for the Mounties. So a very quick opening 400 meters of 73 seconds for Edwards. And as they've done with every other leg so far, they're just continuing to pull away from any danger behind them. Mounties had a really strong second half of that third leg. But Edwards with a 4:46 mile best to her name. She'll be hard to beat. So it continues to be through the halfway mark, about 2:28. That is the fastest half-mile split of the day. It is Edwards over Lily Bashirs, who was 6th in the 5,000 meter championship a couple of nights ago. Bashirs set a new Arkansas indoor 2-mile record earlier this season, running 10:29. So she's giving good chase now. But it continues to be Edwards up front. Keegan Edwards surely on pace to bring her team home to a championship victory here at 2025 New Balance Nationals indoors. She's been very consistent in her pacing, working around some of these lapped athletes. She's 3:40 on the clock with 2 laps to go. And she has continued to put a big gap back on the Mounties, but now into second. Raleigh Catholic has re-entered the conversation with Hannah Ray Schaefer anchoring their leg. And Schaefer in that striped kit, again heading to North Carolina Chapel Hill in the fall. Schaefer is a 4:52 miler to a 4:46 mile best by Edwards. So we are into the final lap here, 4:18 on the clock with 1 lap to go. That's 19:30 overall. So it's going to be Vista Nation taking home the top marks here. It's been a great close by Raleigh Catholic in second. And the Mounties continue to sit in third, but up front, this is all Keegan Edwards. In a brilliant performance, Keegan Edwards is going to be under 5 minutes for her final leg here. 4:52 right now, and it's going to be Keegan Edwards at 4:54 for that last mile split, and she is going to bring home an exuberant team. What a performance there for the quartet. So brilliant running. They were 4:59, 5:02, 5:10, and 4:54 for those 4 legs. $20:06.86 for Vista Nation Track Club. Raleigh Catholic comes across for second in 2015 and 2023 for the Mounties. And you can see exactly what this means to that team in pink. They are all smiles. All of these runners now, 3 days into this meet, have lots of running under them. But you can always rally for your team. And already doing some dissecting of that race, it looks like some good conversation happening amongst these athletes. But they should be very proud of what they put together as a unit and individually. It's been a brilliant performance by Vista Nation, who dominated every step of that race. Look at the closing speed there for Keegan Edwards, like I said, coming across with a 4:54, almost solo final leg. And right away, the smiles, the hugs. This is what New Balance Nationals is all about. The fastest party on the planet for good reason. And now all the photo ops, the excitement, maybe a victory lap. At the conclusion of our seated sections of Championship 4x1 mile, we're going to move on to the Championship 4x200 meters shortly, and then the unseated sections of the 4x1 mile. But in the meantime, Vista Nation Track Club able to soak up the excitement with their victory at 20:06.86.